Good evening, and it's time for Space Xplosion here on Adwa TV. Today we are discussing the state of disability sports in Ghana, and today I have two big gentlemen in the studio who will help me to do these discussions. But first, our discussions will be based on Ashford Association for Sports for the Disabled. We are going to look at their functions, how they have been able to govern the sports with persons with disability, those who have been involved in the sport, that is the stakeholders, and then their affiliations to other federations in this country. I do remember we held the first African Games in this country, and they were mainly involved in these games. So today, we are going to discuss the state of disability sports in Ghana, and they also help me to discuss how they have been able to cater for those involved in the sports, that is persons with disability, their functions, their blueprint for the games, their affiliations with the other federations, the stakeholders that they have been able to manage the athlete, those involved, and then the welfare of the athlete. So stick and stay with us, and we'll go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll delve into the matters.
Well, do you know Adwa TV? Which programs give you the chills? And how often do you interact on our socials? Well, join the campaign track with the hashtag Join with Adwa TV from the 9th of October to the 9th of December 2023. Viewers will have to interact on all Adwa TV social media platforms. Engage on all programs via comments, shares, and phoning. Viewers with the most interaction will win a cash prize up to 10,000 Ghana cedis. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Journey with Adwa TV. Engage and chop.
Welcome back from that quick commercial break. As I indicated earlier, today we'll be discussing the state of disability sports in Ghana, and I have two big men in the studio here who will help me to digest and discuss the issues at hand. We'll look at their programs, their development plan for the athletes, and how they've been able to involve the other stakeholders to be able to promote and develop persons with disability, that is the sports in Ghana. Yes, today I have in the studio the big man himself. The big man himself. I have in the studio Mr. Shaban Mohammed. I call him the big man when it comes to sports in this country. I mean, he's also part of the Cycling Federation, and now Cycling Federation is the biggest sports federation in Ghana. Looking at the job they are doing, giving people opportunities in life, young children, 18, 15, 16 years, the opportunity to win prizes, travel abroad to enhance their career. And this man, Mr. Shaban Mohammed, he has been able to develop this plan for these kids. And to be frank, I went to his office, we had a discussion, and looking at what he discussed with me, I'll buy my brother a bicycle to start riding, because there's future for cyclists in this country. Mr. Shaban Mohammed, thank you for coming to the studio today.
We are very grateful.
How is the federation doing?
We are doing very well. Yeah, and through your assistance, that's why we are able to reach where we are today. Yeah. So kudos to Adwa TV as well.
Thank you for the
opportunity. And you too personally.
Yes.
Yeah, Isaac. Yeah, and your technical crew as well. Right.
And then thank you for giving other people opportunity, giving them hope in life.
Yeah, that's what it is. At least when you are in the world, what do you need to add value to people's life is key in worship. Yeah.
Mr. Ken, I hope you're also good.
Very well.
Yes,
Thank you.
The first African Games, I know you were going up and down, you know, helping the athlete donations. I mean, when it comes to persons with disability, the zeal, the passion that you have for this game, I mean, it's immense. If you have 10 people, 15 people like you, I mean, the structure of the sports will change. We will see people coming in, giving them hope. At least at the end of the day, they'll have something to go home with. But it seems like few people are interested in the sports. And looking at the zeal, the passion that you have for persons with disability, I mean, I'll congratulate you also for the passion, the zeal, and then what you are doing for you know, the athletes, especially bringing them to the studio to share their stories, to motivate other people out there. I mean, people are listening. One day, I hope things will change for the association or for the federations as well.
We pray so. It's a calling, like I always tell you, it's a calling. If it's not a calling, you can't come this far, you know. So we are grateful to God. We are grateful to all the partners like you, the Adwa TV, your technical men, and all the athletes who come here, the federation leaders, the NFs. I think they are pushing, and step by step we'll get there.
Yeah, we will surely get there.
Sure,
we'll surely get there.
Pray.
We just need one leader who will be interested in the sports, and everything will change. Yeah. So, Mr. Shaban, let me start with you. I read a little bit about Ashford. It was constituted in 1995 by Mr. Frank Kumi. Up to now, the federation or the association is still in existence. So when we say Ashford, what does it mean?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think Ashford, I'll put it this way, Ashford is the disability sports wing of the National Sports Authority.
The disability sports wing of the National Sports Authority.
Yes, then it was Sports Council when it came in existence. I think with the national policy of the Fourth Republic, it was then that an idea came in for the formation of two sporting bodies. That's one, special attention was given to women's sports and disability sports. So it's a national policy that was then created by the Ministry of Youth and Sport, and that was 1994. So you can even Google, you see it there. And the reason of the formation of these two bodies is we should have a special development of the female sporting areas, although they do practice in other events, but they created women's sports. And also when it comes to person with disability, the attention is not there. So the Association of Sport for the Disabled created to give attention to the person with disability sport. So it has been in existence that gave birth to most of the disability NF federations here in Ghana, like the MPC came from the Ashford, like the Deaflympic came from the Ashford, because they are all having a different categories of play or function of disability to play. But when you come to Ashford, Ashford is a body that deals with all persons with disability, all persons with disability, all persons. But when you talk of the other NF or IF, like the IPC, they deal with a special category of disability. So Ghana was the first country to come out with this agenda of forming a body that will be in charge of all disability in the world.
Ghana is the first country.
Ghana is the first country
to establish
that. That was in 1994.
1994.
We are supposed to be proud of it and push stories so that it will become an IF, and the other countries will emulate and learn and, you know, consider it as part of their body. Yeah.
So it was constituted back in 1994.
1994.
To now 2023.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is the current state of the Ashford now?
That's a wonderful point. You know, after it gives birth to some of these bodies, some of these bodies thought that, okay, they want to operate without the asphalt. And the challenges we are facing within the disability front, when we had a discussion with my brother Ken, I told him is because we are not following the right policy created in the 1994. Gone are the days, asphalt or disability sports is something that everybody wants to be part of it. But why now? It's because the MPC want to play their role as MPC, and the Dwarf Olympic, the short little, they want to play their role differently. When you come to the deaf, they also want to play their role differently. That is because they have IF, that's International Federations. But the NSA then had put it as a must. Whether you have your IF, when you come to the grassroots development, when you come to anything to do with disability in Ghana, ASFOD is in charge. But when you come to the IF, you are traveling outside the country, the Association of Disabled Sports will work with the NF and now handle the alleys to send them to the international event. So the front in Ghana is excellent. But you know, only some few years we have these people were misinformed of the LI of the 2016 because the MPC, as the National Paralympic Committee, is within the acts, and they serve there as authority to represent para sports. But you know, when we talk, because of the misinformation given to them, that is why people were thinking that the MPC is rather in charge of disability sports in Ghana. No, it was ASFOD, because it's a policy that the Association of Sport for the Disabled have to link up with. And also, when you come to most of these federations, which most of them don't know, they are national federations. Like, for example, National Federation. NPC serve in two roles. NPC serve as 10 disciplines within their para as their national federation. So at that point, they are under ASFOD in Ghana.
So MPC is under
ASFOD in Ghana in one point.
By looking at what they are doing, it seems like they have taken control.
It's because the information or the leadership understand or were told that, look, you can do things, this is how it is because it is in the act. No, the act, when you read the act very well, and you can go through and you read, they only being a representation of a body within the board members of the NSA. And we have the security services, they are also there. We have the National Paralympic Committee. They are there because they are representing a body which IF that practice in the Paralympic Committee. So what they could have done is to have the Dwarf Olympic also there. What they could have done to have the Deaf Olympic also over there, because ASFOD supposed to be there, but maybe they were thinking is because ASFOD is the sports wing of the National Sports Authority, and they are thinking that, okay, if that be the case, then for us to consider these IF bodies to be passed so that they can advise how about the development. But they are already members of the ASFOD, because the MPC, the Dwarf Olympic, the Blind, the Special Olympics all form to become a member of ASFOD. That is how it was done then. And we were pushing and everything is going smoothly until recently. So you can see amputee, they don't know where they belong. Amputee in Ghana, they are under ASFOD.
There are so many controversies concerning amputee. We'll come to that.
That's right. So that is the reason why all this confusion, because the MPC practice only 10 sports in the different category. For example, they practice athletics, which they use their hand to wheel. Then they practice para lifting. You see the one they lie on the bench. And they have the para shooting, the para swimming. Now, when you come to the Deaf Olympic, Deaf also practice swimming, practice cycling. But when you come to Paralympic, they are not there. When you have the amputee, amputee doesn't be part of the Paralympic Games. They also have their own event. Their international body is called HIWAS. HIWAS. So HIWAS is in charge of also their games. So in every year, I would say disability have different 4-year program. Like we have the Paralympic Games, we have the Dwarf Olympic, we have the Special Olympics Games. The Special Olympic Game was done this year, and Ghana was there, and they came with some medals. You understand? Then we have the Dwarf Olympic. Then we have the IPSA, that is for the blind. But when you come to Ghana, all these bodies are under Xplosion. So in 2025, we are going to have the real disability sports ever in the world in this country.
2025.
2025. We are going to have all the disability. Because, my brother, we are facing challenges of sponsorship. And we have divided ourselves. So I did a presentation to UN 2 years ago. And they said, wow, if Ghana have this initiative, I think we have to push it. They will support to let Ghana be the IF of all disability because of the unity, how we can come together and organize our own event. Because when the dwarf are organizing their event, you don't see the deaf there. When the Paralympic, they are organizing their event, you don't see the deaf there. When the deaf are organizing their event, you don't see the amputee. You understand? But when you come to Xplosion practice all. And so when we are going to do an event, we do the deaf, we do the dwarf, we do the Paralympic, we do the deaf, we also do the dwarf, we do the Special Olympics. So it will bring us together. And that is where when we are able to seek a good sponsorship, then people will listen to us. But it seems to most of the corporate companies, bodies, that, hey, today MPC is here, tomorrow Deaf Olympic. So, hey, what is happening? So they are seeing that we are all disability groups, but no, why? Why don't we come together? And we are hoping, hopefully, by 2030, it's going to be an event between the disability and the other sports that they call the able. You understand? Like cycling, that's the regular. Me, I normally call it regular sport. Regular sport. I don't call it the able because my people, as persons with disability, they are able to practice and run to win medals. Because if you go into the records of Ghana, the disability sports is able to bring a lot of medal, more than all the
it is
the regular sports
in this country.
So
by whenever they go for a tournament, they bring
medals. You understand? So we are pushing this agenda so that in 2030 we are going to have an event that the Black Star will play with the deaf. The Black Star in 2030, the main Black Star will play with the national team of the deaf. The main Black Star will play with the amputee. So it's a game that we are creating it in 2030.
It's possible.
And it's possible. And when we're able to do that, then I believe we have brought all of us together, that there's nowhere to be called somebody disabled. So that's the reason why we are bringing it all together. We are all able. So the aim of this objective in 2030 is to have that we are all able. We can do it.
Well, but I'll come back to how vibrant is Xplosion. But let me move to Mr. Ken. You heard him, the amputee, powerlifting, they are not part of the MPC. But recently we saw the MPC launching women amputee and then powerlifting. And you are passionate about these sports, but it seems like you were not there. What's the reason? I mean, we know you follow the sports, but you were not there. Is it because of what is going on between MPC, Xplosion, leadership structures? They are trying to take over some of the games, making it their own. I mean, what is the current state? Why weren't you there?
No, my brother, for me, as much as I am a consultant, I try to... They
didn't consult you?
They don't need to.
They don't need to?
They don't need to. They are on their own. They have...
But amputee is not under MPC.
I know.
Powerlifting is not there.
No, powerlifting is an MPC sport. Yes. But the point here is that sometimes it's draining when you have to think through all these things. Like my boss was saying earlier about the structure of Xplosion. and then the MPC, their role, they all have a common interest, and they have their organizations on their own right, and their aim is to promote disability sports and inclusion. And the MPC has the Paralympic movement. So if we are all for the persons with disability, that means that there shouldn't be any conflict if we understand what we are doing.
So currently there's conflict?
A lot, because most of them are deliberate because of certain selfish, some people are just...
agenda setting?
It's not agenda. It's like people want to outwit others. And unfortunately, majority, I will say this with all sincerity and also in apology, if somebody is... Majority are clueless.
They are clueless about the sports?
Yeah. They don't know
anything about the sports.
They are just sports heads and following the sports. So anybody who is a clever thief can easily sway them, because we don't like reading as a people in the country. You see, the whole structure, you know how I kept talking about structure in the country. The biggest problem of disability sports is the structure. We don't have a structure. And we don't have authority to implement plans. And the only authority should have been the ASFOD, because that is supposed to be the National Sports Authority wing. It's supposed to be, it's like a government department or a department of the NSA to cater for disability sports. So it means that anything that has to do with adaptive or Paralympic sports or disabled sports, whatever you call it, which is not the regular sports, must fall under the ASFOD, which of course is the NSA. Are you getting the picture? So it means that whatever is going to be channeled through the government or from the government to the association, all the bookkeeping, the file and planning, development must come through the ASFOD. The MPC is a national rep of the IPC. Are you getting? Yeah. I just want you to envisage what I'm trying. So MPC is, let me quote and unquote. I don't want to be misconstrued. Quote and unquote, MPC is not Ghanaian.
MP is not Ghanaian. No Ghanaian at all.
It's not Ghanaian. It is only, it's like an ambassador. Are you getting the picture? Yes, for the IPC. Is the Ghanaian rep of the IPC, which is the national rep here. So their focus and interest should be for the Paralympic movement. So the structure is aimed towards the Paralympics. So if you are not a Paralympic sport, then why is your business there? That is basic question. Number two, even if you are a Paralympic sport, you are a citizen of Ghana, you are supposed to work under the National Sports Authority, and of course, which is also under the Ministry of Youth and Sports. So that should be the mother body that supervise the welfare development of all disability sports. Then you can now have other international reps like the MPC. You can even choose to have the Olympic, even the Olympics, Special Olympics, must also be under the ASFOD. Because if government wants to relate to you, must relate to you through the ASFOD. The last time I told you that all these people who are confused, I can tell you with authority that they have no record, they have nothing with the National Sports Authority. So when they are lacking money, they are hungry, they are not doing well, and they are blaming the National Sports Authority, I laugh at them because they don't have a relationship. You understand? You can only go to your father or somebody who you have a relationship with. If you don't have, in principle, you don't have a relationship with them, why then do you blame them? Why do you send? So if you send them your budget, under which budget or which category should they place you? Under which file should they keep your document? Are you getting it? So the truth must be told, all their problems is because Asford is not active and it's not in existence. Because Asford is supposed to be their mouthpiece and their channel where they can access anything from the government. So now the MPC is a rep, like I'm trying to paint the picture. But gradually, they have succeeded in making all other associations believe that they are the gateway. And they subscribe to them to the extent that the sports that are non-Paralympic are even also sending their proposals that we want to belong under your umbrella. And clever for the leadership, they accept all and they don't tell them the truth that, look, we cannot help you because in structure or in logical reasoning, you are supposed to belong to this and that. They will not tell you. They just keep embracing them because, you know, number is power. The more you have number, you have strength. Here? We may call it selfish interest, but I'm telling you that it's a clever plan. You know, it's a clever plan to build a monument and a strong force, which is hurting because if you know the truth, you'll be set free. We have to. Let me tell you one thing. You know the IPC has its quarters in Germany, right? It's from Germany, which the NPC saves in Germany. Then if you go to Germany, you have Germany Disability Sports Association. Even where the headquarters is, okay, the whole world, where the headquarters is, they have the Germany Sports Association for disabled, which is an umbrella under the government. You go to the US, South Africa, the same. If you check, you see. So it means that there must be, unless we say there's no government interest in the disability sports, that one I will understand. Then maybe there's no government interest, so any NGO, any NPC can take up the fort and develop the sport. That one I will genuinely respect that. Unless, of course, the parliament and the government of Ghana and the people of Ghana said we don't want to involve ourselves in disabled sports. We don't see the value. But you and I know that for the past 5 years or so, we have numerous, countless success medals that has been won both home and abroad, globally. Even the Special Olympics. Everywhere. You understand? The main sports that we pride ourselves, we are yet to even get calabash. But we have, even calabash, we can't even boast of where we put our money. And it's just unwise that you put money where it doesn't yield results. I keep saying that over here several times. About, I mean, the other day, I screenshot a daily graphic, some portion of the daily graphic to you where they were launching the women amputee football. Exactly. And then I saw the picture of the Minister for Youth and Sports over there. So is it because he has no clue of the sports? And whenever they invite him, he goes, or maybe he knows something about it, but he wants to support the cause of disabled sports in this country? Isaac, with all sincerity, I keep coming here, you know how I go about these things. And I've always tried to be diplomatic about this whole thing. That is, first of all, it's a statesman. Yeah. Is an honorable, is a respectable person. So it's difficult when they act in a way that can be described as no-brainer. And such people are in charge. It's difficult to describe the whole situation because they are supposed to know better. He's been appointed by the president too. So. No, they are supposed to know better. I mean, you and I, because I know education is universal. Yeah, if you don't know, even if you Google, you know. If you ask, you know. So when people behave and endorse certain things, and I sit down and watch, I mean, I feel sick. I feel sick because I don't have a problem with women's amputee football being launched. They've been playing all these years. So the question means that all these years we never had a national team. So be it, granted. Now you have every right to launch the women's amputee football national team, which is a fantastic thing to do. But my point is that if you want to blend it with the NPC program, you want to blend it with a program that is orchestrated and designed by NPC. And we all know the NPC's interest in amputee football. MPC, as we are talking now, they are in court trying to be, they are part of a suit that they I don't want to talk about, but we all know they are keen interest in amputee football, and we all also know that amputee soccer is not an MPC sport. So I would prefer, and in all respect, if you respect the people of Ghana, you can have your MPC event on the Disability Day. You can have it and have a separate event to launch women's amputee football. And if you think that the president of MPC is a credible person and you want to make him a subscriber to the amputee, or you want to appoint him or for him to have oversight, then you say it clear.
That's right. That,
oh, we've, due to his work done so far, we think that he's a credible person and we want to entrust this national team to him, or for him to be a member. That one, you just state is a member. So when you are introducing the executive, you let us know. But when MPC is organizing a program and they title that as part of the program, we are going to do A, B, C, D, and the launching is part of the D. So what are you trying to tell me? It doesn't make sense to me, to be honest. It means that there's something wrong somewhere, or we don't know what we are about as a nation. You get my point? We are
getting it wrong.
Yes, we are getting it all wrong, and it's a bad foundation. Tomorrow is an evidence that MPC own, and you can't deny that. Endorsed by the states, the statesman, the biggest boss in the sports, which to me is not right. We are
heading towards a danger zone.
We are already. We are trying to make a U-turn. Right now is a U-turn that we are crying for.
But quickly before I come to Mr. Shaban, you know, we have been seeing you at para boxing event, but it seems like these days your presence has been missed. What's going on?
The boxing. You see, this disability thing. I said that I'm thinking. As I'm talking to you now, my website, you know, is an annual fee, and it's supposed to be renewed since last week. And the guy, my technician, the expert that designed it, he just sent me a text now that a renewal is due. Okay. But it's paining me to even renew my website to keep working, because I'm thinking of, I don't know how to.
Well, are you not getting feedback, or you're not?
No feedback. You see, in this next week, God willing, we are going to do another show. Okay, I'm going to promise you. Then the next week, we're going to do another show that will enlighten certain things. Right. In other words, there are a lot of people. I don't know. It's difficult to say. It's difficult to say.
We can hold on to that. There's another topic for another day.
Yes.
So, Mr. Sherman, let me come to you. You know, Ashford. What is Ashford doing to promote disability sports in Ghana currently?
Yes. Like my brother said, Ashford had been in existence since 1994, but we have challenges. Honestly, all the disability sports have these serious challenges within this current administration of the National Sports Authority. We have several meetings with the Director General just to be able to have these structures working. But he did his best, but still we are having those challenges. So even he made a proposal that the name Association for Sports for Disabled, that disabled word, we all came out in a meeting saying no, we have to take it off. During the COVID, the serious challenge we had was that when the MPC were part of the board and discussed about the COVID relief, when they received the items, they were given to only the Paralympic sports, and the amputees said,
they only gave it to the Paralympic.
Yeah, because they were seated. And no, I told the Director General, I told him one time, I said, look, if you don't do the structure very well, or you don't let the Parliament understand that this was a mistake by putting up that act that the MPC represent A, B, C, D, it will create a problem. And he have seen it during the relief. He has to put his foot down. He did very well that time. What happened was that when the relief came, they gave it to the Paralympic they said, okay, give us a list. So they gave them the list of the membership of their 30 members in Ghana, which the Asphalt have 36 association.
You have 36
associations under Asphalt. 36.
And you have been able
fully
to manage,
registered.
and
yes.
You have been able to manage all.
Yes, 36. So what happened was that I have to confront director. I said, Director General, you are not being fair if you give to only the 13 and leave the rest. So we gave him a plan. He just looked at it and said, yes, deaf are not part of this. Why? When you said you represent all of them, so why do you have to bring this? I said, okay, I told you. Then the amputee wasn't part of it. Then the Special Olympic wasn't part of it. But they gave to the what do you call it? The GOC.
Ghana Olympic Committee.
The Ghana Olympic Committee and all the affiliates of the GOC received the items. But because the structure Asphalt was taken off then, they don't know how to handle the thing. So I tell Director General until that is done. So quickly you have to interfere to push and make sure the dwarf people got it, CP people got it, Special Olympic got it, amputee and the deaf. All of them got it. You can go to their website, it's there. So then I said, Director General, you see what I've been telling you? If you don't do the right thing, you always have this challenge. So quickly he said, it's the best to change the name disabled. He want to see us all one. So the Association for Sport Disabled, he would just want that to take that disability out. So that is how we came out, Association for Sports Federation on Disability.
That's a better name.
That's right, because it's the same Asphalt. So we came with it because the Asphalt is popular known. If we want to talk about disability sports in Ghana, it's Asphalt. So quickly we called a stakeholders meeting, agreed, then had a meeting with Director General. He agreed and we went and registered it. And after we were also called by the NSA, hey, is NPC is representing Asphalt? I said, no, you are getting it wrong. Like as my brother said, let him know, our viewers to know the record that has happened some years back with MPC or IPC with International Committee of Deaf Sports. They were in court and they are now working in parallel. If you bring them together, one of them, the International Federation will sanction one of them. IPC cannot be under deaf and deaf cannot be under MPC. Court has separated them as Court of Arbitration of Sports because they had a problem and they have to separate them. So then Asphalt operating in Ghana can bring them together under Asphalt without any conflict. But now when you go to the Act, they say the NPC. So what are they doing with the deaf? What are they doing with the Dwarf Olympic? So it is something that the stakeholders call after they say, hey, we have to revive this Asphalt. So we came in, all the stakeholders, the 36 of us. Next year will be our election, and I'm the president.
And you will still be the president?
I don't know. So if they give it a mandate, but we are not there just because of the position. Because I went in unopposed. The Cycling Federation requested for me to be the president when okay, we should vote it, and all the federation just endorsed. Say we need Shaban. So when we open the letter during the election, they read, this federation says Shaban, this federation. So I just went in unopposed. The rest, so we're doing very well. So we came out with our 20 years development plan.
Contesting.
You're contesting?
Yeah, it's good. It's very important.
Yes, I want to challenge.
Yeah, it's very important. So I came out with a manifesto. And the 20-year development plan.
Then
my brother, when you see what we intend to do, and we are where we are today, and my brother, I gave ourselves the 5-year development plan. Our way forward is every disability person in sports winning or qualify to an event like the Dwarf Olympic, like the Paralympic, like the Special Olympics, will own a house.
Will own a house.
Yeah, if you qualify. That is one of the projects. Yes. If you qualify, Asphalt is giving you a house.
So let's say if 3 athletes qualify,
we are giving 3 houses.
Which is a good cause.
It's a good cause. And people were saying that you can't do it. And I said it's easier to do it.
Yes.
Do you know what? So we came out with all, you can see us on our website on Facebook, Asphalt. Look, we brought Vodafone.
But do you have any developmental plan for such?
Yeah, we have. That is what I'm telling you. Plan. We have the 20 years development plan. So we break it 5 years, 5 years, long term, medium term. Now, the short term is what we said, okay, what we are saying is that in 2020, any Paralympic athletes that qualify will own a house.
In
2020. So then that 2020 that just passed on. Then we have a counter from the MPC. Hey, you can't do that. You can't do that. So we asked them. We are not saying that we own the athlete. We said if the athlete qualifies, if he's able to qualify, not by true bipartite or wildcard, no, he must be able to qualify. That the standard time, the standard point, the fellow is able to qualify alone, because it takes a lot of stress. And so we are giving that as a prize award to each individual that will be able to qualify.
This is even a challenge for them.
Excellent. So we have this front and back. Then after the COVID, during the COVID, we were trying to have a surprise for person with disability. But we have a farm. Now at the moment we have a farm, we call it plug and go. Any person within the sport that is registered, the federation or the association is registered to us, and they are athletes, they go to the farm, they plug whatever they will eat and go free of charge.
Where is the farm located?
It's at the central region.
Central region.
Yes.
So they go there.
Plug it, whatever you have it.
So why is you have all?
You understand? And do you know somebody have to use a phone, call the landowner. Don't give this land to person with disability. I don't know, because he's not able to do. Lives. We are doing it. Then again, let me tell you the funny story. The reason why we are calling, I think we'll break that. That will be our last. We are calling in next week for a meeting. And look, my brother, I have a friend which is a former ambassador of Canada, because I'm an engineer by profession, doctor engineer, serious. When it comes to diagnostic in this country, I'm not a pushover. Yes, we do a lot of work. We work with a lot of companies. Yeah. So through that, I'm able to grab this link, because I service his machine. And he said, Shaban, you are always with person with disability. What do you want me to do? I said, okay, if you can assist us to help person with that, to make them feel happy, what I need is a sports complex. He said, wow. Okay, he just called. He had a land at Adosu. That is after Sawam. He just called. He said they should give us 10 acres of land.
10 acres?
I'm telling you. Then I did a presentation. Then a group of NGOs said, no, that sports complex, we want it to be closer to the airport. Not more than 20 kilometers from the airport of your country. Wherever you can discover a land, we are ready to get it for you.
Massive.
And I said, wow. So when you go to the Takwashi, there's this twin building which is costing around $45 million. I say, hey, this is very expensive. They said, forget about the price. We said we want to change life of person with disability, because they saw what we are about the farming, and we are moving person with disability from the roads and through sports, and also give them skills. So they say, hey, we are going to sponsor that. So we want Ghana to be the center of person with disability in the world.
This is something
center.
Champion.
I'm telling you. So my brother, my friend in Canada was able to link up with Ghanaians in Canada, and they raised an amount of $6 million for asphalt.
Great.
So I went to the NSA. This money is coming. So what do we do? because this is what I have liaised. So the money is coming. Come and see. The money have to go here, go. The people say no, the money must go to Asphalt. Through these challenges, people were signing letters, don't give them the money, don't do this, because
they, to Asphalt.
Yeah, they don't know that. I even told the people, come to Ghana, use the money for the project. You can employ me to be a worker or laborer or whatever, but I don't want to receive the money. Come to Ghana and do the project and live for the person with disability in Ghana. And the people say, no, give us the money.
So they needed the money rather than the project.
You see, so this is the type of country that we are. So people were saying that we can't do it. And when we started, let me tell you, Adebayo, a lot of, the former, all of them. I have a guy in UK, is an MP. He is interested to help us too. They are ready to help us to develop this. Let me tell you, one day we go to the crowdfunding. After posting our farming, we need donation. People donated cows for us, Ghanaian abroad. We have a lot of cows now, as for. They are in Bolgatanga, some are in Wa.
You can use this as a starting.
Yeah.
They don't want it.
You see,
you are not understand why
we are our own West enemy.
Yeah, we are our own West enemy. So the $6 million, the $6 million is still pending. Do you know the strategy? I will share it, because people said, why do you share your plans? Look, I share my plans to Ghanaians so that Ghana will be better. So I don't hide. I don't want to be, because the more I bring it out, the more my mind opens. Because Louis Farrakhan said, you see, electricity, 33,000 volts came from here. But when you hold it, it kills you. You understand? So brain, what I have more. What is here, maybe it's about only 2 or 5%, because they said, according to science, most people die, they cannot use their brain more than, they use their brain about, maximum is 20-25%. What about the rest? So I will share. Ghanaian abroad, Ghanaian in Canada, individuals are paying, I ask them to pay $15 per person. And they said they are paying $100 a year. And they are 60,000. That's how we generate the $6 million. And they link us to the other countries. And what I did also was that when Ghanaian travel to abroad and you are a person with disability, you'll be accommodated for free. I link out in UK, I link it out in Canada, USA, and Australia. When you travel and you are a member of Asphalt, if you do sport and you have our ID card, when you arrive there, your accommodation, your food will be taken care of.
Why are they not supporting you to implement all these things?
Oh, they don't like it. That's the country.
Somebody called me. He said, Shaban, why are you doing all these things?
You are championing a cause to save life, to change generation.
This is Africa.
This is generation aspect.
Yeah. That is Africa. So when I see us, look, I wanted to create an impression. Person that does not have disability will cut their hands, cut their leg, and tend to become person with disability because of the benefit. That is what I'm trying to. What is not impossible, I want it to be possible. Because when you take the IM, it's only 2 letters, and the possible is longer than the IM. So there's nothing impossible in life.
Everything is possible. So I think we should be champion. You must have executives.
The point is not the executive. You see, like I said, I told you earlier in my submission that we are people, we don't appreciate things, we don't learn, and we don't want to read. I'm saying this on authority because there are a lot of things that are so obvious that you know. For instance, this project, the farm issue, you know that they collapse the farm.
They actually themselves.
They were going there to farm. They were going there and they take per DM. They go to the farm, and executives and people orchestrate things, and the farm was collapsed. It was working. He mentioned Vodafone, the house project. You remember he didn't talk about the housing project. It's another. See, if you see, that's what I'm saying, that it drains you when you talk about.
What are you fighting for?
To me, the less visionaries are seeing that they can only do something within their own to achieve. But I'm saying that, look, Let's all come to the table. How many are we? We are 200 people. All the 200 people, we can decide that each one person will have 1 million Ghana cedis. And people will say that it's impossible. Why is it not? It's possible. Look, why should we be struggling? Today I saw on the NF platform, they say the CDM is saying that the national team is saying the truth, but it's a serious truth. You understand? The message that he brought on the GNA is not the best. It's not the best for the country, although he's saying the truth. So what I'm trying to say is that why do we wait till today? So some of us, we are not bragging. What we are saying is that we have done it before. I've shown example with cycling. We pick cycling from nowhere. So that is my example. One of my profession. I have my own company. I started alone. My computer that I used to diagnose in 15 years, I bought $11,000. When I bought it, people were saying you are crazy. The time mobile, my 02754, any number that you see is 54, is the first telephone number in this country, mobile number in this country. 54. If you see anybody using 54, respect that person. When I'm using the phone that my masters, my father, my uncles, they call me, are you crazy? How can you, a young guy like this, use a phone? I say, don't worry. If I'm not able to pay, they'll cut me off. But don't worry. My client pay my phone for me. When I work, I charge, I put my phone bill in my labor. And I'll be using it till today. So me, when I join cycling, I'm a cyclist somewhere in Nantes. Every month I organize cycling competition. I go to the embassies. I say, you come and watch our event. When we do, they came, when you win, then they give you money. And they said, okay, give us a prize. I know how to catch them.
So upon all this knowledge that you have, I think, our time is far gone. We have some few minutes. But for me, looking at the projects, your initiative, your aspirations, your aims for Ashford, for the cycling, I think everybody should be behind you to make this a reality. Because once this becomes a reality, we are changing lives.
Of course.
Not for only persons with disability, but for the able ones as well. They can also use the facility when it comes to athlete training. They have a place to go. Yeah. So I think this is something that everybody must come on board and support. We are changing lives.
That's true.
But before we go, we have a minute left. Just your final words and then.
Yes, on the 16th we are having a forum for persons with disability sports. Where? At the rehabilitation center, at the adjacent asylum and opposite museum. That's where we are having it. 16th of this month, and we are starting Saturday. At 9 o'clock sharp. All media are invited. We are there to share. We are there to talk about persons with disability sports. And I'm telling you, for the next, within these 20 years, as my brother with me here, we are going to push, and a lot of people cut their hand, cut their leg to join us.
Mr. Ken, your final.
Yeah, Isaac, I just want to tell my brothers and sisters that if you are a person with disability, you don't sell your birthright because of poverty. You have the brains, you have the ability to read. So when people are influencing you, think twice. Even if you don't know, make an effort to ask. So I just want to encourage everybody to think outside the box and see the light that is possible. We can make it. We can make a sports a sustainable employment for persons with disability.
Wow. You heard them, the big men in the studio. They came and educated us. They shared a lot with us, some secrets that I even don't know. And today, if you are out there and you want to support disability sports, you can come on board, bring your idea. It can be cash or kind, bring your idea, anything at all that you have. That athlete there, we need to change their welfare, we need to change their life. We need to build people up, and looking at the ideas that they have. I think when we support them, they can make it a reality so that we can change the face of the sports in this country. But before we go, I would love to wish Mr. Abeka Ankra, why worry, a happy 80th birthday. Wow. 80th birthday, Abeka Ankra, why worry. He's a legend of Accra House of Folk and a former player of Black Stars. When Santos Pele came to Ghana in 1965, he was part of the players that played for House of Folk against Santos of Pele. And today he's celebrating his birthday, his 80th birthday. we want to wish him all the best, long life, good health, happiness in every aspect of his life. May you take this day and enjoy it. I know you are home watching us. You love this sports, Sports Xplosion. You have been monitoring us for quite a long time now, and we'd love to wish you a happy birthday, Abeka Ankra. Why worry? Enjoy your day. So we'll come again your way on Wednesday. Mr. Ken will be here with his team. We'll give you more update on disability sports in this country. We are out and we'll come back your way again on Wednesday.
Yeah.